Imagine being a child, sitting in front of the television, and a commercial you think will be ordinary ends up being the reason you turn the TV off. I'm sure many of you have had an experience like this. You may have even been exposed to a commercial so bad that it made its way into your nightmares. When you're a child, many things feel scary, but I don't think it would surprise anyone if I said that even when you look back at some commercials as you get older, they can still make you uncomfortable. So what was it that made those commercials we watch so frightening? There are 3 different factors that make a commercial memorable. It can make you extremely curious, extremely happy, or extremely scared. That last part probably wasn't what you were expecting, was it? And that is exactly what I'll be talking about in this video. Commercials made by well-known, popular brands that manage to deeply unsettle viewers and remain memorable. Even though most of the commercials we'll watch were eventually banned, they're still disturbing enough today. If you enjoy my content, please don't forget to subscribe. And if you've turned off the lights, then we can take a commercial break. McDonald's bag. This old McDonald's commercial shows Ronald McDonald holding a bag full of food and asking questions to the audience. The truly disturbing part of the ad starts right here. The audience asks Ronald for party supplies, and he begins pulling out what's needed from the bag: hamburgers, fries, and similar items. But when it's time for the milkshakes, a child comes out of the bag instead. Ronald's response to this is even more frightening.
These bags, ketchup.
I'm fully aware that this commercial, and the others we'll examine, are quite old. In fact, that's one of the main reasons they feel so unsettling. Some of the ads we'll watch may even have been made with completely innocent intentions. But when you really think about it, a clown carrying a child inside a bag full of food is genuinely terrifying. Little Baby's Ice Cream. I know many of you may have seen this disturbing video before. This commercial, released in 2012, belongs to an ice cream brand. Watching a woman completely covered in ice cream, staring with bloodshot eyes without blinking while eating herself, is extremely uncomfortable. It's definitely far too creepy for an ice cream brand. I got a bit more curious and looked up who appeared in the commercial. The person I found was someone named Aza Shaiba, who has acted in many similarly disturbing commercials. And here's a fun piece of trivia. The ice cream you see isn't actually ice cream. No, just marshmallow cream. KFC lie detector. This commercial, released in 1967, is extremely disturbing both in atmosphere and sound quality. We see Colonel Sanders being kidnapped and tied to a lie detector by other chefs. What they want to learn is KFC's secret 11 herbs and spices. When the women ask this question, Colonel's response is far more tragic.
4 ounces of grandfather's overcoat.
At the end of the commercial, the screen fades to black with a sinister laugh. The original Ronald McDonald. Our beloved clown appears on screen once again. This commercial aired in 1963, and as you can see, there's a cup where the clown's nose should be. The constant distortion caused by the VHS footage makes it even scarier. But this isn't the most frightening part. The second commercial, in which Ronald McDonald himself appears, manages to be even more disturbing. Imagine this. You're innocently eating your hamburger on the street. Suddenly, a huge, ugly, unidentifiable clown starts running towards you. He approaches and asks how the burger tastes. You tell him that your mother doesn't want you talking to strangers. The clown says he's not a stranger and tries to prove it by giving you 3 more hamburgers. Then Ronald asked a much more unsettling question. If I were a stranger, you wouldn't take a burger from me, right? Because you're a young, naive child, this sounds convincing. After that, the clown takes you by the hand and leads you to a McDonald's restaurant. Now think about this. If I told you all of this without any visuals, what would you think? Would you assume you were listening to a horror story, a creepypasta, or a scary video about a killer clown? But no, this is just a McDonald's commercial. Burger King coffee. Even though Burger King's commercials aren't as disturbing as McDonald's, they still have major problems, and that problem continues to this day. So what is this problem? Their mascot. This mascot is so unsettling, with a completely fixed, empty expression staring straight into your soul. You'll understand exactly what I mean once you watch the commercial. It really is disturbing, isn't it? Those meaningless stares and eyes that seem to look right through you. Even though it turns out to be a coffee commercial at the end, we see the mascot trying to push an employee down, even if it's meant as a joke. This mascot urgently needs to be changed. And yes, today we examined disturbing commercials together, ads that had different intentions but evolved into something much darker. They may not have seemed this unsettling at the time, but from today's perspective, it's not wrong at all to say how disturbing they are. Everything we watched was officially released by brands and later banned due to public backlash. I hope you enjoyed watching my video. Since my channel is still new, I'd really appreciate it if you shared your thoughts about the video and helped me improve the quality of my content. And don't forget, what we should really be questioning isn't the visible side of the screen, but what lies on the unseen side.